I'm Annie Early, and I'm here with Tyler. And Tyler, if you would please introduce yourself. This is for the RRS vodcast. Tell us your name and what school you are a grad student at.
Hello, my name is Tyler Alexander. I am a third-year PhD student at the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences.
And so you said you were a third-year grad student. What sort of projects are you working right now on for your PhD?
Right now, we're generating a model for the effects of radiation as well as chemotherapy on cognition in a juvenile mouse model.
What kind of led you to studying this?
During my rotation in Dr. Allen's lab, I was working on a project where we were looking at the effects of chemotherapy on cognition, but this was in an adult mouse, and I was thinking about what could happen with chemotherapy and radiation in cancer treatment, but with a developing brain. And so I think that's how I got to this particular project.
Excellent. So how many meetings have you been to for the RRS?
This will be my second RRS meeting.
And since you're still in grad school and everything and still kind of starting out, how would you say that these meetings are beneficial to you?
I think one of the greatest benefits of these meetings is that you get to meet a bunch of different scientists from across the world, of all age ranges and experiences. So you get to learn from a bunch of different kinds of people that you ordinarily wouldn't be exposed to back at your home institution.
Excellent. So have you been able to kind of collaborate with people or meet people that you might have read their papers?
Yes. I really enjoy meeting people where I recognize a name from a paper and I recognize their studies and their project.
Excellent. So you're working towards your PhD.
Yes.
What do you hope to do with your PhD?
Long term, I hope to, I'm not exactly sure yet, but I think I would like to teach, but also do the research. I love research, and I want to be able to mentor students as well as to teach in a classroom. I think that developing the next generation of scientists is a very important task. But I also still love the work and the research and the new findings and things like that.
Absolutely. Do you have any kind of specific stories about maybe your own mentor, like how they've kind of helped shape the way that you're learning or kind of led the way to where you are now?
Sure. Dr. Allen has an interesting style of leadership where he has given a task and you're supposed to do it, and he'll kind of give you most of the things that you need in order to do it. And he definitely if you get stuck or you need help, you can always go to him and ask him, but he gives you most of what you need, but he wants you to fill in those gaps by yourself. And I think that really helps to develop a scientist, because you're having to come up with ideas on your own. And I think it's better than just being handed a project and being like, go, because you're still learning, you're still a young scientist, but I think it's good that he gives you clues, but then he also expects you to kind of learn on your own, and I appreciate that a lot.
Very cool. Can you elaborate a little bit on, you said you work with the models, kind of talk about, I guess either kind of explain it in layman's terms or tell us what you find so fascinating about kind of doing that work?
Sure. So we do cranial radiation, We do a 10-grade dose, and we do behavior testing and some just like hippocampal studying synapses and the dendrite complexity and things like that. And another addition to this project is working with sulforaphane, which can induce antioxidant activity. And so a lot of the radiation damage is done by oxidative stress. And so finding ways to combat that oxidative stress and potentially ameliorate these deficits in cognition. And I think that that's one of the most exciting parts about this particular project is finding a way to ameliorate those effects.
Awesome. Well, very interesting. So since you've been here twice and everything, and your third-year grad student working towards your PhD, is there anything that you could add to try and encourage other young students thinking of grad school, especially in the area of radiation, you know, or thinking about joining the RRS and coming to these meetings? Is there anything you could say, like, as far as encouragement or things that you find positives, or, you know, hang in there, your research will come through kind of thing?
Yes. One of the most encouraging things about these meetings is being able to talk to people and say, oh, my experiment didn't work. And then they say mine didn't work either. So then we can kind of brainstorm ideas as to why they didn't work. And then you can take that back to your lab and see, okay, I can try this again in a different way. But I think also that it helps to know that you're not in it alone. You're not in this alone. That there are other people out there who are having many of the same experiences as you, many of the same frustrations, many of the same setbacks and things like that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Tyler, for coming and talking with us about your research and what it's like being a grad student at the RRS meeting. And have fun at the rest of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Sure.